A thread by Carlos Osuita on the Beirut port event. I've written a lot about how this was a carefully controlled event. My theory is that they used swarms of semi-autonomous fuel-air explosive nanodrones. They're identical to this full-sized anti-tank guided missile in Syria fired by rebels. The missile has no flying surfaces, no wings or tail. It also has an unknown propulsion system, no exhaust cone. The dot is a beacon that the gunner's sight uses to track the missile. He keeps a crosshair on target, and the sight uses the beacon to follow the missile. This is called SACLOS, Semi-Automatic Command to Line of Sight. The nanodrones are pre-programmed. Commandos launch them and tell them when to attack, and the drones do the rest. The rocket fuel in the warehouse was not detonated, it was deflagrated, incinerated. We have multiple videos from Syria showing missiles doing this to truck bombs, VBIEDs. I'm going to roll to about right here, and you'll see a truck bomb get absolutely jacked and just destroyed. All right, there it goes. It's about to get hit, and you're going to see an explosion that's really flat. Notice that the explosion is really flat, and that's all she wrote. Anyway, no explosion. The missile was not an American FGM-148 Javelin. The Javelin is much larger, has a blunt nose, and has prominent flying surfaces. Nose, tail, you get the idea. All right, so this is what Carlos was able to spot heading towards this truck bomb, okay? And this Javelin launcher, there's a Javelin launcher in the video. I scrolled straight to the explosion scene, but there was a Javelin launcher in the video. This Javelin launcher hasn't been used. The rubber nose cap is still on. Note that right there. And here's one with the nose cap off, okay? Let you look at it again. Nose cap on. That's in the video. Nose cap off. The signature is not that of a Javelin. Look how flat the explosion is. Look at this. One's ISIS propaganda, and the other one is just a video. I'm not sure what it is. You can barely see it, but a tiny missile hit the VBIED, the truck bomb, traveling very slowly. Okay, this is going to be frame by frame. This is the missile that hit the VBIED. Here it comes. There's a red arrow pointing at it, okay? Look, and these are frames. It's not moving very much from frame to frame. It punched through the armored side of the VBIED and began a white-hot incineration of the explosives. The blast effect was mitigated. You don't eliminate blast effect, but you take the edge off enough that people aren't killed. Now, we know that normal explosions produce a symmetrical, dome-shaped blast wave. Here's an example. Another example. Dome shape. Dome shape. Here's the final proof that the Beirut port event was deliberate and carefully controlled. Watch the blast effect going vertically in waves, not in a symmetric dome. That's the essential part, okay? Watch. Okay, you're going to get to watch this over and over. Here it is. And it's slow motion. Watch it do what it does. See, this is not a dome. Watch it again. Watch. It's like it's a whirling dervish with lots of little bitty effects right in the middle of it when you watch it in slow motion. That's why the video taken by the boat out on the water at least captured at least 5 separate reports. Report means the sound of an explosion, so different pops. Turn up the volume and listen carefully to the slowed down video. 5 or more reports. Link in the description. It's just scroll down in the thread. The reports took 8 seconds to reach the camera, which means that the boat was 1.5 miles offshore. Those reports are not echoes. There's nothing for the sound to bounce off of. So, who did it? Gulf Arab strategic commandos who infiltrated Lebanon from Israel. From 4M Analytics, clears minefields with artificial intelligence, jpost.com. Quote, during a 2-year research period focusing on Israeli minefields, they found that approximately 80% of each field is actually clear of mines. End quote. The Israelis secretly cleared 80% of their minefields. The Gulf Arab commandos went in under the cover of the massive protests that started in Beirut on October 17, 2019, and never stopped. All of Lebanon's resources, including Hezbollah, were devoted to staying in power. The targets of the Gulf Arab commandos were the missile depot, Iranian and Hezbollah offices and conference rooms and guest houses, and Iranian and Hezbollah private homes. All of these structures had been mapped inside and out by using swarms of flying fuel-air explosive drones. The commandos didn't have to enter any facility. In 1997, the explosive gases used in RAM accelerators were already 10 times more powerful than TNT. The gases are used for the launching of hypervelocity projectiles. They're also used in fuel-air explosives. That was 1997. God knows how powerful these gases are now. All gases can be compressed. How much? How much can they be compressed? Depends on the intermolecular distance. All you have to do is create an explosive gas 100 times more powerful than TNT with massive intermolecular distance. That gives each individual commando the power to destroy an entire building with a small swarm of fuel-air explosive nanodrones. Look at this. The joint statement of the United States, the State of Israel, and the United Arab Emirates from Donald J. Trump. The Gulf Arabs are now openly normalizing relations with Israel. Jared Kushner's peace plan was a brilliant ruse. Israel would annex Palestinians' territory, but there was never any real plan to do that. It was both leverage and strategic deception. The Gulf Arabs make a deal to recognize Israel if Israel suspends, not cancels, its annexation plan. The leverage remains, and the Gulf Arabs and Israel get to openly make peace. Those of you who oppose Kushner don't understand that without him, none of this would be happening. He's a Trump-level genius. You didn't elect him, you elected Trump, who gives Kushner assignments. What you're saying is you want to return to the days of floppage. No, thank you. I know you'll never have faith in Trump, but that doesn't matter. Enough of us do that he will be reelected in a landslide. Guaranteed.